Teenagers complain about parents not respecting their boundaries, spying on them, not giving them their privacy. Again, this needs a whole lecture, but in summary, how do these teenagers deal with their parents who do that? Well, communication. Communicate with your parents with respect. That's where it starts. And to communicate with your parents with respect, you need to give your parents something and then take something. Your parent, you've got to understand, in order to communicate properly, your parent is out there to look after you. You have to understand that. No matter if their approach is right or wrong, your parent is there to look after you. Your parent is worried about you. You've got to get that into your head. Your parent wants to protect you. So you have to put yourself in their shoes, number one. Your parent wants good for you. But the problem is that their approach is making it worse. That's your problem. Your problem is their approach, but you need to acknowledge and know that what they want in that approach is your protection. If you can first of all prepare yourself mentally like that, I promise you, your communication with them is going to be a whole different world. You're going to break that barrier in your communication with them. That's the first thing. So, when you acknowledge that, you have a communication with your parents, and with love, you say to them, let me give you an example. You come and hug them randomly and kiss them on the forehead, and they say, what was that for? So, you know what, Mum and Dad, I was thinking about it the other day. I thought, you just want my protection. And I put myself in your shoes, and I was thinking, you know what, why am I upset with my parents all the time? My parents, they just want to protect me from all harm. I'm a teenager, I do stupid things. Sometimes I might talk to people where I shouldn't be talking, and you only want to protect me because you love me. So yeah, where did you learn this from? You'll open up a beautiful conversation. And then, after all that, you say, Mum and Dad, there's only one thing I need you to listen to. Well, what is that? So it's just, can you change your approach? Like, sometimes when you enter my room and don't knock, you have a right to, Mum and Dad, I'm your child and everything. Sometimes I want to change. Sometimes I'm talking to someone, maybe they're telling me their secret or whatever, and sometimes I get embarrassed, And I don't like to say, oh, my parents walked in because I love you. I don't want to embarrass you. I don't want to embarrass you, Mum and Dad, and I don't want to get embarrassed in front of my friends. That's all it is. But if you want, I can tell you who I was talking to, but I can't tell you everything. So look, brothers and sisters, what I just demonstrated to you is a give and take. You might say, nah, that's not going to work. If you say that, it's not going to work. But slowly it can. You just break it bit by bit. You'll get somewhere, inshallah. Let's look at your way. Stop it, Mum and Dad. Farah, you never give me any privacy. I'm getting out of this house. Oh my God. Then you start hiding from them and start being secretive and start lying to them. Is that a better approach, is it? No, it's not a better approach. You might cover up for some things, but it's not going to, in the long run, things are going to go haywire. Now, if you are doing the wrong thing and your parents have suspected and you're about to put yourself into harm and then they come in or they spy, I don't blame them. Why? Because they're trying to protect you. But in general, I'm not here talking to the parents, I'm talking to the teenager who asked this question, how do I deal with it? So this is how you deal with it, the way I showed you. What happens with that, and you know what you can do also, is that allow your parents to share with your parents some of your privacy, the privacy that you can share with them. And then the things you can't share with them, tell them why. And then say, Mum and Dad, it's because I love you and I know that you want to protect me, but this is what's actually happening. You don't need to worry about me. Hey, you've got to be patient with them. What parents want is to let go of the rope by being confident that you can be responsible and you can be mature enough to safeguard yourself from harm. I want you to think that way, even if you don't entirely believe that. Because when you think that way, your communication will change. Your approach will be easier, and you'll get some of the pain off you, inshallah. Now, I have to acknowledge, there is a small percentage of parents who are just, there's no way around them. They're just obnoxious. Some of them, they're just so bad with this, too much controlling, too much abuse. If that's the case, which is just a small percentage, not general public, you need to seek some older person in your family or a friend that you can talk to who is older, a teacher, an elderly person of the family. If you don't want a family, some friend who is older and mature and you trust them and they fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the imam, someone who you can talk to give you some advice, to try and help you and support you in some way. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assist you and help you in doing so, obviously, and to seek professional advice in that area to help you, insha'Allah ta'ala.